all my kids are brag-worthy, just like I'm sure all of your kids are brag-worthy. But Harrison's got a really special story where when he was just 2.5 days old, he developed spinal meningitis. It's usually deadly within 48 hours. It's a pretty scary thing. But miraculously, through the help of modern medicine and the power of prayer and chiropractic and baby massage, I mean, you know, we as parents, we pulled out all the stops because that's what you do when you have a kid that's sick. Miraculously, this kid overcame the impossible. But the meningitis was only the first step, because the side effects of the drugs that helped save his life, the antibiotics that helped save his life, were possibly deafness, which, interestingly enough, even though there's no correlation, his mom is completely deaf. She had meningitis when she was 3 years old. No relation to his meningitis, it's just a fluke thing that they both had it. But those drugs just came onto the market at that time, and thank goodness they were there, because they helped save her life, but she hasn't heard anything since. The second possible side effect was kidney problems for the rest of his life, and the third was cerebral palsy, which is a motor neurological disorder where you don't have good functional movement. You can think straight, but you can't move right. Your brain and your body just are not on the same page for movement. And he ended up with a really serious case of cerebral palsy. Well, driving him home from his well baby check, when the doctor really said, look, this kid, luckily he survived the first month after that meningitis, but he's just not right. He's got a serious case of cerebral palsy. He'll never be able to run or kick a ball. Stairs are going to be hard for this kid. A bike, forget about it. So that's just not going to happen. So as parents, you need to prepare yourselves for that. And I remember driving home after that conversation, and thinking, why do I have this kid? I'm a firm believer that each of us meets each other for a certain reason. There's something that you have to share with me to make me a better person, or something that I have to share with you if we take the time to get to know each other long enough to do that. And I know that as parents, we have our kids for a certain reason. So I was thinking, why do I have this kid? What do I have to offer this kid with this challenge to help him in this life? And as I was driving home, I just had this really strong impression that has impacted me throughout my entire chiropractic career. And it is, you know what to do for this kid, you just got to do it and be patient, because it's going to work on Harrison's time, not Jay's time. And what that recipe is the same thing that I teach all my patients and everybody in my community that's willing to step up and listen, is we have to fire up what I call the blueprints, that communication between your brain and your body. Your brain houses the blueprints for your whole body. It wants to communicate and make your organs and tissues and muscles work at their best. You're designed to work at 100%, but we have to remove that nerve interference. So that's what I do all day, is I adjust spines and joints and free up nerve flow. We've got to get the right nutritional building blocks in. We can't just eat junk. We've got to keep the toxins out by being selective on what we eat and drink, get the right nutritional building blocks in. And we got to be patient, because the body doesn't heal like that. We're just so trained in this day and age that, oh, I've got this ailment or this ache or pain, I need this pill or potion for instant relief and instant gratification. But that's not true healing. That's palliating the symptoms. So driving home with Harrison, I'm like, okay, I know what I got to do for you, kiddo. We're going to adjust you 3 times a week for 8 weeks, 2 times a week for 8 weeks, 1 time a week for as long as it takes. We're going to get the nutritional building blocks in, and we're going to keep the toxins out. And then we're just going to be patient and see what happens. And since his mom was nursing at the time, I turned to his mom, I said, honey, since he's nursing, you gotta get the nutritional building blocks in, you gotta keep the toxins out, because whatever you have, he's having. And that was our plan. And little by little, this child, as he grew, you could see he just wasn't right. He couldn't sit up or crawl at 9 months like most kids could. At 1.5 years, he was still not crawling. And you know, as a parent, you start to go, oh, what's going on? This isn't working. And then all of a sudden he'd overcome a hurdle. I'm like, oh yeah, his time, not my time. And over the course of the lifetime of this kid, he's 15 now, but by the time he was 9, he said, Mom, Dad, I want to run a 5K. And the boy who was never supposed to be able to run or kick a ball ran an entire 5K from start to finish. At 12, he wrote his own, well, I helped him write his book. He doesn't like to say that he wrote it, though. He and I co-authored it. You can definitely tell his little personality in that, but I helped him with it a lot, because there were things from his infancy that he didn't remember. But it tells a story, and it's miraculous on how he's overcome the impossible of cerebral palsy, where you cannot tell this kid from any other kid on the street or at school. And if you go to your pediatrician or your regular medical doctor tomorrow and say, hey doc, is there a cure for cerebral palsy? They're gonna, no, of course there's no cure for cerebral palsy. That's a lifelong problem. But I live with one every day. He's overcome that challenge through chiropractic, the power of prayer, right, good nutrition, keeping the toxins out, and being patient.